So today I would like to talk about making resolution and commitments. After experiencing a bad consequence of unwise resolution and unrealistic goal I made at the beginning of the 2018 winter retreat, I decided to learn how to make resolutions as a part of my practice, and especially for the winter retreat. So, how do I learn to make a resolution in the right way? There are a few key points that I learned from two books: The Most Precious Gift and Parami Ways to Cross Life Floods. I will paraphrase some of the key points and get direct quotes from these two books. Essentially, with our practice, we need to establish a sense of clear intention first of all. We know what we are doing. We have a reference point, a sense of direction, and we stay with it. That's how we practice resolution and determination with that. We focus our intention on that. Then at some point when turbulence builds up, turbulence that turbulence that wanting to do something else, or the turbulence of things that start to distract us, we know how to respond to it with a skillful ways by using a reference point that we first establish. In addition, our intentions are pretty weak if we have no resolve to carry them out. So if we we have to make a resolve if we are to follow the path, but that resolve requires the wisdom to sense that there's a course of action that need to follow to moderate and supervise our result. Without the ongoing reflection, we might find ourselves with results that we never clearly look into it and resolve upon, and as the result, our resolution will fall through the cracks. And resolve isn't a small matter. If we are looking for the best resolve or the deepest change, we have to do that with the understanding that this will most likely mean working at it and overcoming some resistance. And it will require some faith that we can at least try. Otherwise, we are not going to grow. Naturally, we can develop stronger degree and a further extent of resolve in accordance to a wide assessment of what is helpful or what is needed for us. For example, when we begin the retreat, we don't start thinking that we will recite about 3,000 mantras a day like I did in 2018. But rather, we try to recite around a small number of mantras and to check out how it works. So why resolve support strengthening according to feedback, interest, and capacity? Further, if commitment is something that does not catalyze our personal development, or if commitment is expected with regards to aim and concern that we don't find worthy, we cannot find the willing of heart to make the effort. Instead, we want to break out the drudgery or the insane pressure. We want to kick back and be free. So for this reason, we need to be very keen on making resolutions. And we also can develop resolution with the wrong motivation, such as to prove ourselves. Or we might get into resolution fever. So next, I would like to share a few resolutions that I've developed in my practice and during the winter retreat. The first resolution is not to push and to be kind and patient to the resolution that I set for myself. So why do we tend to push? I found a quote in the Dharma book, don't push, just use the weight of your own body. Very helpful. It says when we fixate on an imagined goal, our tendency is to push, to press for that imagined goal. So we miss what we actually are. In addition, we don't want what sounds like an inspiring resolution on day one becomes an 10 years burden by the day 90. The next resolve is to be content with this moment. This number of mantra I'm reciting, this feeling in the knee, this temperature or the sound in the room, the sound of person who cough, who sneeze, who stretch their leg, and so on. If they're discontent, I have to recite more mantra. I have to become more concentrated. I have to do more prostration. I have to. Then even though I may be well-intentioned, discontent continually creates a cause for agitation and a lack of focus. And as the result, my imagined goal and concentration are very, very far away. I learned this result from the book Beginning Our Day. So the third result is to live in the middle, not to live in the middle of my session unless I am in a life-threatening situation or in a dangerous condition such as fire or gas leak. This result helped me not only to develop consideration for my fellow monastics, but also to physically and mentally prepare myself to come into this session. And the last resolve is to lessen my food intake that I learned from the commentary on overcoming the hindrances of sloth and torpor by Venerable Anayalo. So lessening my food intake during the winter retreat has helped me to become more alert during my session. I find the internal and external support factors for meditation practice very beneficial and useful. So may we all have a clear intention and a wide resolution set for this winter retreat.